Yeah. All right, so let's go to Oregon. So apparently, Oregon's LGBTQ LMNOP community is worried that a new law will keep them from obtaining guns. What a concept. Well, you should go vote or vote the right way. Vote for people that are, going to, have your interests at mind. So some of Oregon's trans and queer gun supporters are worried that a new state law will prevent them from buying firearms. The law, Measure 114, grants county sheriffs and police chiefs discretion to determine who qualifies to purchase a firearm under a new permit to purchase program. But Measure 114 lacks criteria, clearly defining what disqualifies applicants. Details on what makes someone a threat and what data can be used by law enforcement in making the decision. That's a problem for activists who have critiqued the law, and particularly in the racial justice protests that took place over the past 2 years. According to one person there in Oregon, they say, hey, they feel like if they were to go online and say, like, the police are terrorists or something like that, it would be like, well, you seem like you might not be a fit for this community to be armed, according to what Mia Rose has to say. So, man, so it looks like they're adopting that little program of looking at people's social media to see if, hey, you know, should you be able to purchase a gun? What
They
do you
need
think?
to look at their social credit scores.
What
We
do you
need a
think?
system like China's
What
for
do you think
social
about
credit
that?
scores,
Yeah.
where they look at all your history of social media posts,
Hmm.
comments, replies, and they also go through your phone.
Mm.
You get access to your iCloud, your text messages, just to make sure that you're a person that should have a gun, you know?
That's a bunch of malarkey.
uh, what do you think?
Sounds like Joe Grimaldi from Houston, you know?
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
the Houston
yeah.
Police Association chair or
He's
whatever, president or
terrible.
whatever.
But look, this is what happens when you start putting asterisks and regulations on civil liberties and individual
Yeah.
rights. You know, honestly, if I was them, I'd probably be more, I'd thinking about, look, I mean, everybody calls, transgenderism and various different forms of identity and sexual identity like mental illness. I mean, this is something I would say too. Why are we putting, asterisks and regulations on people with mental illness in many ways too,
Mm.
right? Like when you're starting to push for gun control and regulations, even in the slightest bit, before too long, that's going to come back to affect you
Hmm.
as an individual and your individual rights.
Mm. I mean, I do have a problem. Them, they. That tells me that's more than one person.
Who's they?
If you're more than one person, then that's mental illness.
They, them.
They,
But
them.
who's they?
Exactly.
They, them.
Don't know.
I don't know.
So don't want to get into that. Then I'll get yelled at
I
later
know.
on when I go home. I'll get in so much trouble.
Why?
I always get in trouble.
Why is that?
Every time I get out there, I get in trouble.
You do?
Yes, I stay in trouble.
Best way to stay.
That's right. It's what happens. It's life.